Hey guys, Cosmos here from my Knights account, and we're gonna be talking about strategy. This Will Destroyer build versus critical build, and actually I'm going to be changing my strategy right now in front of you, and just want to show you the differences and the reasons for different things. So actually, some of you might know I'm normally in a Will Destroyer build. What Will Destroyer build means that it's with the astral called enhanced Will Destroyer that increases your damage by whatever percentage. In this case 40% because mine is at level 8. But it removes critical strike completely. This also applies to the sylphs. So the sylphs will hit harder, but again they will not do any critical attacks. As a side effect, let's say since you only use one astral and the archers use usually determination and sniper, two astrals, you can use something else like I'm using illusion at 16%. I'm also at 99% to level 80, which is the highest level currently available. You can see that at the bottom right here in my bar, it's pretty much full blue. Just didn't manage to do it today, so that means for sure tomorrow I'll become level 80. And with level 80 I will also open up the last astral slot, at least in the current version of Wartune. In the future we'll be getting more astral slots, but for now this is how it is. And with that I've been thinking of switching to critical build, so that was one of the reasons. Second reason is we got the new sylphs, and I've been testing a lot Gaia. I have it on white 1 star, and I also have the Amazon, but I'm just raising her as a kind of a side effect, but primarily focusing on Gaia, and I brought her up to level 46 already. And already at level 30 she was doing more damage with her Delphic than my Iris, which is blue 3-star level 79, and that was still both of course with Will Destroyer. So, and I saw some the power of the sylphs if they can hit critical hits, and there again the archers have advantage because they naturally already are critical build, so immediately their sylphs hit harder than anything else. Now I'm not 100% sure if it's a good idea to switch. There are various pros and cons to it. Let's start with the negatives. The negatives are that I need to refine all the items that I have to go with critical build. That's one of the, let's say, more difficult things to do, because you need a lot of crystals to change refinements. Second is I still don't have the Lord Divine Medallion. That's also a disadvantage. Third, you need to change and have critical gems as well, which currently the Will Destroyer build does not, not currently, but the Will Destroyer build just simply doesn't have that. For Will Destroyer you have some items with block and health, and other items with magic defense and physical defense, mix of that. So it's more tanky, it's more solid, the Will Destroyer build, but some say it's less fun because with crits, with seeing large damage figures, it's always more fun. So and that's also one of the things I'm going for, increasing kind of the fun level, even though it might be a bit less efficient. Now against high armor targets, crit build will be less efficient. So like for example in class wars, knight versus knight will be less efficient with crit build, I think. But the sylph, when if you survive until the sylph attacks, hopefully should compensate for that inefficiency. Also in a crit build you are way better off at the world boss. The earnings should go up because they're the people who are doing the highest damage are the ones with the crit build, which is why we always switch around the astrals when we go to Will Destroyer mode. Switching to crit build also lifts the bell rating a couple of thousand. So you see, just by switching the astrals I go to 98,000 bell rating. But what I'm going to do now, actually, I'm going to be feeding the whole Will Destroyer level 8 into, and I haven't really made up my mind into which one, Determination or Sniper. I'm not really sure which one. If I feed to the Sniper, it's gonna get one level and a bunch, and if I feed to the Determination, it's gonna get 2 levels. So actually, I need to just calculate that quickly. Okay, I did a quick count up. So basically, if I feed the Will Destroyer to Determination, it's gonna go up 2 levels to level 8, but and it's gonna only make a small distance to 9. Whereas if I feed it to a Sniper, it is going to get only 1 level, but relatively in a relatively easier time I can bring that up to level 8 as well. So that, I think, is what I'm going to do. And you see, I have already a backup Will Destroyer and a backup Sniper in case I need to switch back if I don't like it for whatever reason. So if I, for example, feed this Will Destroyer to the Sniper and I don't like it, I can feed the Sniper back to the level 1 Will Destroyer and then level up a new Sniper to again have double, let's say, the flexibility between the 2 builds. But for now, let's pop this in here. 224,000 astral experience, a massive amount. Took a lot of effort to build that level 8 for me. And I'm going to get another level here, so now currently plus 1728 critical. So let's fit it in. Partly I can't believe I just did that, but anyways, plus 2000 critical. So that commits me into a critical build. I also keep a bunch of other astrals for whatever other reason, but for now this is what it is. Now you see I have already 133,000 of the experience for the next level, so with relative ease, another 25 million gold or so, I can level this up to level 8. So that's going to be my next priority. And once I do that, then it's on to Determination, bringing that up, because 57,600 to bring that up to level 7 is also relatively easy. So those two I know now I have to target. But just switching the astrals is not going to it's not the whole story. So the bell rating, of course, went up above 98. That's as expected. But now the tough part is switching around the gems. And I don't really have the money on me right now, so what we can do is from the trick that I showed you, I have a whole bunch of money sitting in the mail from all the world boss fights. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start collecting a whole bunch of it, because I'm gonna have to convert gems. So there we go, that's 1.4 million. And I'm also just going to collect one of those compensation rewards that I got. Oh, that's only insignia. Okay, well, for now let's stick with that one. So I already should decide what I'm going to sacrifice. So let's have a look at the stats. So I have 27,900 physical attack. I don't particularly want to sacrifice attack, so it's gonna have to be sacrifices from defense, from magic defense, from blocking, and possibly from health. Health is already, I would say, on the low side for my level, but I always prefer defense to health. So now 16,600 magic defense, and I know in the Knight versus Knight class wars there's gonna be Gaius. There's generally a more preference to Gaius for single target damage, so I think magic defense is rather important, but physical defense of course is also important, and knights have a multiplier for physical defense. So now that I know the kind of things I would be willing to give up. Let's go to socketing and go one by one. So in this case, I will switch the block out. So that's one. We can convert that into critical 120. So we put that in. Second item, same block, blocks gotta go. You can't have everything, so you gotta make choices. Critical. Wait, where is that item? They always move around. So that's 2. Another block, but I don't want to reduce the block too much as well. So now the block is down to 2800, but it's going to have to suffer a little bit more. Block out, convert to critical. So actually a whole bunch of the money is gone already. And we can have a look, and we can see that now I'm losing the block and I'm getting the critical, which is why the bell rating isn't really moving too much. Now 2.6 already, that's a considerable reduction. A critical is already 2.6 and I haven't done any refinement. So I'm gonna find here something from health, and I'm gonna reduce one of the healths, like here 880 in the ring. It's a weaker health gem, which needs to be improved, of course. So convert to critical. So there we go. That brings the critical up to 2,800 almost. And possibly one of the physical defenses needs to be given up. So let's see which one we can take. Critical, here we have, here is health. Let's take it from the other ring. Yeah, let's take it from the other ring. So suck it. We're getting rid of one of the physical defenses. And I need to grab a little bit more money. There we go. That should be enough. Convert. Where are you? There it is. Physical to crit. And socket it again. Alright, so now my critical is up to almost 3,000. The bell rating went down because the drop in physical defense was bigger than the addition of critical. Now 3,000 is a good number, generally speaking, but it is definitely not good enough. It has to be in regions of, for this level, it has to be in regions of, like archers. Basically, you can take a look from the archers. We can do that in the rankings, player strength, and let's say not in the first page, but if we take, say, an archer from the 5th page here, Stormer, we got, and Stormer is got 4,700 critical. So that's the kind of area you can target. And he's made a balance between his physical defense and his magic defense at 17 and 18. So basically you're trying to become an archer as a knight when you switch to critical. Same thing applies for mages who are trying to who think about switching to critical. It's the same logic. You're basically trying not to play your class but to play an archer in a way. So that's the first wave. Then you got the refines. And I have a bunch of crystals. That's definitely not going to be enough, but we can give it a shot. So starting from particularly one of them, by the way, I have a choice now, or I can, because these crystals they also work for example, the level 70 equipment. So instead of refining my level 60 equipment, I could potentially refine my level 70 equipment, which I am building, but I don't have all the pieces yet. So, or I have to wait until I have all the pieces and refine those, or I need to refine the ones at the level 60s that I have. Just for the sake of it, maybe I can do one item just for the sake of the video. So you see I have on the sword physical defense, physical attack, armor, endurance and strength. Now in this case I have refinements locks as well, so I can block those 4 that I want to keep, but change the physical defense to critical. But then you have to get lucky, because you see I just did a refine and that physical defense changed to health. Well, I don't need that, so I'm gonna have to refine again. It gives me health, but the crystals are going down. So there, I consider this lucky. I get critical. It's a level 2, but I'm gonna take it. It's good enough. Potentially you can get it at level 10, so that would be, let's say, 135-ish. I'll lose like 40 or so, 30 or so, but still, the fact is I got another 100 critical out of that, so now I am just above 3100, and like that you can do every item. But just by doing that one item, I spent already something like more than 50 crystals, and they go really fast, but you earn them very slow. And so where are they, my crystals? I can't see them straight away. There they are, 700, and well, they can be combined, these two. 793. So it's very quick, you can just use it all up. And so by doing that, I realized that it's a much better deal for me to wait and do it on the level 70 equipment. And so actually let's try to do it on this armor piece, since anyhow I will need it. Refine armor piece. So here I got strength, I like it. Armor, I like it, although there are low numbers still. While you don't have too many crystals, it's better to accept a lower number of the correct attribute than to keep wasting crystals. So strength, physical attack and armor, all good. With the charisma and block, I'm gonna have to give those up. So let's try. So I got a charisma and critical, so I'll switch that, grab the critical, refine that charisma out, unlucky, and now I got level 9 endurance, so I'm going to take that. So now that that armor piece is ready, again a bunch of crystals already got used on it, so now I have 739 left for everything else. So I have the armor now, and I have the brooch, and I have enough crystals for one more item synthesis, but that's about it. And then I still have to collect enough for the 4th item, but it's on its way. So I will actually do that. I will go with the 70 refines. So you got the refines, you got the gems. Of course, with the medallion that you can see in the arena shop. Let's run over there. Arena shop. Let's go to the last page. Here you see the Imperial Commander. He already gets critical 600, block 600, charisma 150, endurance 270. And I'm actually not so far away from the Imperial Commander, so that could be one of the options. And of course Lord Divine gives also, instead of 600 it gives 700, so another 100 additional. Of course Lord Divine Medallion is much stronger, but the big difference is becoming an Imperial Commander. So and looking at my profile here, you can see your honor, and I have 2300 honor only left for becoming an Imperial Commander, so that's not so much. It's about 2-3 guild battles and I'll have it. And then my critical build will improve straight away, because then I can spend the insignia on getting the the stronger medallion. Although that means every 7 days I have to spend a considerable amount of insignias, but once you get the 70 set, there is nothing else to spend the insignias on, at least for now. So that shouldn't be a problem. So for now I think that's it. I have basically now the bell rating went up to is 97,700. Is actually it went up to 98 and down to 97 because, as I explained, the drop in the physical defense was higher than the addition of critical. You can see that in here in the knight skills, blessing, divine blessing, physical defense increases by 20% and health increases by 20%. So that means when you invest into health or invest into physical defense as a knight, you get 20% extra than anything else. So that's why now I changed it as a knight, playing more like an archer, so that the sylphs like Gaia can do a lot more damage. So that's the logic of it. And if I bring the critical to high enough level, then I will be frequently doing critical attacks, which is what I want. So we will see how that works out, but basically this is how you do transformation from will destroyer build to a critical build. And again, if I'm unhappy with it for whatever reason, for astrals it's relatively easy. I can feed back the holy sniper into the will destroyer. It'll immediately become level 8. So that's easy to do. And gems, with a couple of million of gold, you can convert all the gems back. But the most difficult thing is the item refinement, because the refinement uses the crystals and it takes a very long time to gather these crystals if you're not spending balance. So changing the refine is much more difficult. So that's where it's you have to think about it before you do it, not just carelessly jump into it. And you do it only halfway. If you only do it by astrals or astrals and gems but not refine, your critical is not going to be sufficiently high enough, and so then the performance will be bad, and then you will say you don't like it. So if you do something, you have to do it properly or not do it at all. So that's especially true for critical build. So that's it, you guys. I hope this strategy video helped you a lot. Please do click on like and subscribe below the video if it did. It always helps me a lot. Also, when you share on Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or whatever, or with your friends or in the forum, always much appreciated when you can do that. And also check out my blog. The link is in the description, or you can Google Cosmos Wartune blog. So that's it. Thanks for watching and have a very nice